Hello and welcome to our headquarters at rebuildcostassessment.com, where we complete rebuild valuations for insurance purposes. One question we often get asked is, how do we complete our desktop assessment? How do we do it and what's the process? So today I'm going to invite you in a behind the scenes look of how we complete our desktop assessment. So, when your order is received from a broker or your client, the order is passed to our survey process coordinator team. So I'm going to introduce you to Deborah. Hi Deborah, how are you?
Hello, very well, thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, so the SPC team here, we start the process basically. We receive the orders when they come in, we put them on the system, and then they're ready to be allocated to the assessors.
And how do you get so many on the system in one day?
Well, we receive the orders in various methods. So we would have some that come in and are gratefully received on the website. That's a good chunk of them. And then we might get emails coming in from brokers directly or managing agents directly, where we would input them manually.
Perfect. And what do you enjoy most about working on the SPC team?
I think I really like the fact that we are in the process at the start of it, and we're also in the process at the end of it, and we sort of get to see the lifetime of the report. So it's really great that you can handle it from start to finish, and we do get to know some of the brokers quite well. The queries for various reports might come through to us, so it's nice to have a holistic view of the whole process, so that's what I like.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Deborah.
Thank you.
So once your order has been processed by the SPC team, it is then time to pass it to an assessor. Here they'll complete the data gathering and the measurements for each property. So I'm going to introduce you to Jade. Hi Jade, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So can you tell us a little bit about the data gathering side of the assessment?
Yeah, so what we do is we search on various tools such as Tax Valuation Office, Zoopla, Rightmove, and we search on planning, and we gather all of this data to be able to collate information to be able to assess our property.
So you say that you search on the local planning authority. What information does that give you?
So this can give us floor plans, which can help us with measuring. It can give us site plans, which also allows us to locate the property. And it can also help us if, for example, we have all our recent imagery is from 2020. We might have a planning application from 2022, which shows us that they want to extend the property. This will allow us to know whether we need to be querying this.
And what about the listed status of the property? Is that something you consider as well?
So with listing, we always look into this because this will have an effect on the rebuild rates. We are able to do our desktop assessments on grade 2 listed, category C and category B listed properties within the UK as well.
So what happens if you're doing your research and you come across, let's say, a grade 2 star listed property? What happens then?
So with a grade 2 star listed property, we're not able to do this as a desktop assessment. So what we would do is we would pass on information to our quotations team. They would then be able to look into this and provide a site quote.
Perfect. And what do you enjoy most about working as an assessor?
So I personally love the variety that we have here. We have lots of different types that we have to look into when we do our reports. And yeah, I just love how much the company care for us.
Perfect. Thanks, Jade. So, once we complete the data gathering, it's time to start measuring the property. So I'm going to introduce you to Ryan. Hi Ryan, how are you?
Hello Amy, yeah, good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, I'm good. So can you tell us about how you go about measuring a property?
Yeah, so we use a variety of online tools, so from something called Find Maps, which is a website that we use, to Google Earth or Google Maps as well, where we can gather information from satellite imagery and ordnance survey as well.
So do you always measure on two sources?
Yes, we try and use two sources because it gives us an average across the both of them, which gives us a more accurate representation of how that property is shaped and obviously what the measurements are with that property as well.
Mm-hmm. And how would you go about measuring a new build property? Because I can imagine they don't always appear on satellite imagery.
Yeah, obviously new places such as where we are at the moment, Poundbury, has got a lot of new properties, so we can use things like floor plans. A lot of the time you have planning applications that have gone in for these properties, and we can use the floor plans on those properties to go about measuring them, either printing them off and scaling it down or using a PDF measurement tool that we've got available to us as well.
Perfect. And are there any other sources that you might use to collate measurements from?
Yes, yeah, we can use tax valuation across Scotland and the UK, obviously, well, UK wide, and we can also use anything that the broker's given to us, providing we know where that measurement's come from, whether it's internal or external, to allow us to then make an assessment if we need to add a percentage on for external walling and internal and all that sort of thing as well.
Perfect. And what do you like most about being an assessor at rebuildcostassessment.com?
It's got to be the team. Everyone obviously we work with is great fun, and we've obviously got a massive team here now as well, and just keep growing. So it's nice to sort of meet new people every kind of month. But everybody here is obviously good to be about, and the office is a fun place to be.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan. So once we complete the data gathering and the measurements for the property, it's time to pass the report on to our quality control team. I'm going to introduce you to Ben. Hi, Ben. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do on the quality control team?
Yes, so the quality control team, as you see here, we receive the collated information pack from the assessing team, and then we apply a rebuild rate onto that property using BCIS industry data standards, finalise the report and then send that out.
So can you tell us what BCIS actually is?
Yeah, so BCIS is the Building Cost Information Service, and it's an online portal which the construction industry can use to upload real-time data for completed projects. And that can be across all sorts of different types of property and all sorts of locations. So we use that and apply that individually to individual buildings, but we also then rely on other industry data, and also we rely obviously on our internal knowledge and experience here. So we are also RICS accredited, so that's the industry standard for property rebuild valuations.
So how do you know which rate to apply?
So our assessments and rates are based on building floor areas, the construction type, location, and then material costs as well. So we look at all of those items, say individually, and apply those to all of the individual buildings. So we also look at site constraints, and that allows us to get a better estimate for the building project duration.
And what do you enjoy most about being on the quality control team?
I think it's the sheer variety of the types of property which come across the desktop. But we also do physical site surveys for the more complicated properties, and that's across the country. We'll do listed buildings and also some high value buildings as well. And I think I like the collaboration way and process which we use. This isn't just about raw data going in some sort of formulaic approach. It's really useful to have other surveyors' opinions, and everyone helps each other out.
Perfect. Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome.
And there you have it. That's how we complete our desktop assessment, keeping you and your client safe and secure. Thanks for watching this video, and for more information, go to our website at rebuildcostassessment.com.